Welcome, welcome.
What up, girl? What up, girl?
Hear ye, hear ye. 'Tis Tuesday at 7, time for covered dish. Now, girl, say with me. Movers, shakers, rule breakers, risk takers. That's right.
What?
The classic adage.
You were waiting for that. Is that a song?
I practiced.
I don't know that song.
No, it's a thing that Katya said on like an episode of like 5 years ago.
You're like, and now it's my motto.
Yeah, it's my mantra.
Oh my goodness. My head is, I'm off the thing. I need to figure something
Oh
else
my
out.
gosh. Do you need me to move?
No, I need to come down. Does this thing move down?
Legends say there's a lever.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's
Keep
like
going.
Indiana
Keep going.
Jones in
We're
the
gonna
Temple
cut it
of
in
Doom.
post.
There's a secret lever that lowers your office chair.
I feel really good about it.
I do too.
This is my outfit. So
Yeah,
my
fit
outfit,
check.
It's coming down all the time. Anyways, keep going. We're talking about the dish.
Yeah, we're talking about the dish, and before we get into Risk and other of our favorite board games, I think we need to talk about this outfit.
Are we moving? Am I moving down?
Girl, we're all moving down. We're all
Here's
all
what
moving
happened.
down.
I got really busy looking at Eileen's bathroom reno, and we didn't do any prep. So I'm really tall.
It sounds much more exciting than it is.
It is. No, it is very exciting.
But we did get like subway tile.
Mm.
Who doesn't like a good subway tile?
Who doesn't?
Mm-hmm.
So how are you, girl?
I'm managing. Risk mitigation. You know what the funny thing about risk is?
Tell me everything.
Just digging right into the topic.
I love it.
Is that you can never eliminate the possibility of risk. It's about risk mitigation.
Mm.
Did you see that light flicker behind you?
No. Oh.
There's a ghost. This is getting spiritual.
It is. And I bet that ghost is taking risks.
You know,
by
not
showing himself.
Yeah, that is a risk. I feel very open to the spiritual realm, and I never actually connect with it directly. Mm-hmm. And I do tarot readings in a former church.
It's
so
true.
You'd think that I would bump into a spirit just, on the way to the grocery store, and I don't.
Really?
But that's risk. You gotta be prepared. All I'm saying is you want not table salt, you want what? Sea salt. Kosher if possible.
Oh, to keep ghosts away?
Yeah, well, if you put a circle around you, it's supposed to keep you safe from the spirits.
Why not table salt?
Just it's more metaphysical if you have someone kind of bless it.
That makes total sense.
Well, and the ocean, think about all of the death and rebirth, and it's a whole ecosystem. Mm-hmm. And so the salt is kind of charged with the long time evolutionary, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's both long time and deep.
Yeah, big circle of life energy.
Big circle of life energy.
Big Mufasa energy.
The beginning of the Lion King. Yes. Thank you.
Yes. Oh my God. When my old bulldog falls down the stairs, she falls down 2 stairs, but she looks like Mufasa. She's just like, she makes eye contact with you the whole time and goes really slow, and it's just like,
oh my gosh.
She's fucking fine. But so now I call her Mufasa. Girl, here's the thing about risk. I love risk. Risk is something that I have a really good relationship with.
You love risk.
I do love risk.
Bold claims right out of the gate. Tell us more.
I've always been the riskiest person. I mean, in my family. I am just the one that's like, let's try it. Let's do it. Why not? No. You know what I mean?
Did you mean to say you've always been the riskiest person?
What did I say?
Because I think that has a different connotation. Like you're the one to watch.
Oh, that's also true.
Okay,
yes.
well.
No, it's not always good. I just want to point out. But then in other areas of my life, I am a fucking complete, conservative wuss. Not to use that word for all whatever the implications are misogynistically, but I am a wuss. What
no, wuss is good.
Wuss is fine? Okay.
Yeah, we don't say pussy anymore, but we say wuss.
Excellent. Wussy it is.
Yeah.
So, cheers.
To wussies.
What happened to me?
Oh.
So I'll give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
Picture it. Sicily. 1932. On my honeymoon, there was an opportunity for an excursion where you went at night to see one of the only places in the world where they have bioluminescent creatures. You know those little
like algae?
Yes. Thank you. That lights up. And they light up more when you touch them, right? So
Oh,
like,
that's
you know
awesome.
what I mean? They like do all these things anyway. So you get in the water and
I think I've seen an Instagram reel about that.
Yes, excellent. Great. So super romantic, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me get this straight. I go out on a boat at night with a bunch of tourists who have already been drinking. Risk number one.
Mm-hmm.
I get in the Caribbean Sea at night. Let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there. I'm not fucking doing it. And it's not just because...
How could this have gone better?
I was like, how? And I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to do so many other things. And we didn't go.
That sounds risky.
It's fucking insane. It's the Caribbean Sea at night. Sharks love the ocean. They love it. They're always there. And then they love eating at night.
Yeah.
They don't have reservations before 6:45.
Yeah. You know what else they love? Hot women. So you were in danger. You in danger, girl. So what happened?
I didn't fucking go. We went on another excursion and
Oh.
went to an amazing river and climbed up through it in the water to get to a special place with this sand. And like we rubbed ourselves down and like exfoliated ourselves with all these natural minerals that are like known to have all these healing powers.
Yeah.
And there was a huge rainstorm at the top of the mountain earlier in the day. So it was like so full of water and it was just so cleansing and beautiful. And there were no sharks also.
Good. I think that's a better choice.
Mineral Spring, always the way to fucking go.
I don't see a lot of sharks in Mineral Springs, if
No.
I'm being honest.
No, rumor has it they hate it. So I like...
Just hate exfoliation.
But of course, like, I want to be adventurous in that way. I want to take risks in that way where I'm like, oh, a little bit, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, but I just don't. I can't. I just mentally, the stats aren't in...
Mental block.
I do. I have such a mental block about certain things.
That's okay. My risk appetite has definitely declined, and my as my life goes on in like these new stages of life. Let's talk about something fun. Have you ever had sex outside? You ever done it? Overrated.
I don't think I have.
You know where I want to be when I'm having sex? Inside.
Did you have sex outside?
Yeah.
How was it?
On the hood of a car.
What?
Yeah, but it was like, it's something you do so you can say you've done it.
Yeah, and that's a cool thing to say you've done.
In
Just,
moments
for the
like
record.
this.
Yeah, that's very fucking cool. I'm like...
Yeah. No, I mean, it's like, it sounds really cool, and like, I'm glad that I did it so I can say that I've done it.
Yeah, yeah.
In certain, spheres of confidence. Don't tell anyone, you guys. But, yeah, it was like on the hood of a car, and it's with this guy that I dated for like 3 weeks, and it was just kind of like, hey, do you want to do that? And I was like, I guess.
What's like
It was
one
cold.
good thing about... Oh, what time of year was it?
Oh, it was like autumn.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, adrenaline keeps you pretty warm, but...
There's this thing all Ohio lesbians do, sorry. And where they have this like fantasy about bringing you out to like watch the stars or like do something outside at night in the fall.
Camping sex, yeah.
And I gotta say, well, yeah, and I don't camp, so they have
me
to
either.
find like something rustic that isn't camping.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'm so unavailable for that. But one time I went out with my ex and I feel like we're going to go to the park, we're going to watch the stars, and blah, blah, blah. I brought a blanket and a bottle of wine and just like a fucking country song. It
sounds great in theory.
Oh my God, we got eaten alive by bugs. It was cloudy. We couldn't see any stars.
Oh,
It
bugs
was
ruin
fucking
everything.
terrible.
Yeah, bugs ruin everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that we did it in autumn, because if it was a summer evening in
Oh.
Ohio, there's standing water everywhere.
Oh my God.
There's standing water right next to me. You just can't see it.
It's just...
You know what I mean?
This whole basement is full of mosquitoes.
Yeah, and the whole time we're just like, so anyway. No, it's not great. I did also, famously on the dish, described the time when I had sex in a graveyard, and that was risky. Not so much because of the environment, but because of the person. Because I didn't know.
We could have guessed that.
Yeah, because I didn't know him before that night,
Oh my God,
except over texting. So there's some things you do in your 20s that maybe you wouldn't repeat.
Well, okay, so risky behavior
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to new sexting and new, like, sexy friends, right?
Yeah, situationships, my new favorite term.
Ooh, situationships.
Yeah.
Oh, very early aughts. I like that.
No, it's very like 2023.
Is it?
Yeah.
Situationship?
Oh,
Get
it's
in the chat.
Oh, it's very Z.
Someone tell me.
Someone tell me.
I don't believe
Someone
it.
tell me the thing. It's very TikTok.
Everyone who watches this is Gen X or Millennials, so we're fucked.
Yeah.
They're like, this is what the kids are doing. We don't fucking believe you.
Yeah, or so we've heard.
Yes.
So anyway, you were saying.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's always the risk of, like, okay, how do you present yourself in the beginning? How do you, like, set, you know, the stage for what media is going to be sent?
Yeah.
There's risk in that.
Audio, video, both. Or just text.
Or, like, pictures.
Yeah,
Audio, video,
send some
both.
.avi files, you know?
Do you have LimeWire?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, what is the intimacy?
I sent him some waves, you know, some sound effects.
Yes. Well, I was thinking about it. So I was talking to somebody about CDs, and I was like, oh my God, remember when you, like, make a CD for someone?
Mm-hmm.
And you, like, write down the names of all the songs. It was, like, romantic. It was, like, very vulnerable.
You make a Sharpie drawing on the, like,
yes,
CDR.
Yes! And now it's, like, you send a whole pic. Like, it's like...
Now you send a whole thing. Oh, let's talk about risky.
Yes!
So I won't disclose all of the specifics, but I will go right up to the line before I cross over it, okay? So I was friends with someone. I mean, we're still friends. But someone with whom I was also a colleague in the performance community.
Ooh.
A performance colleague, okay?
Got it. PC.
We ran in the same circles.
Okay.
And we became Snapchat friends, which I don't know about you in the audience, but when you become very that face.
I deleted Snapchat.
Yeah, when you become Snapchat, it's like your aunt.
Yeah, it's so risky.
And the people you're sending illicit media to.
It's so fucking risky.
It's very risky.
I don't have the makeup emotionally, spiritually, and physically to manage sending something to the wrong person.
But let me tell you, that's where part of the thrill comes in.
Oh my
because
God.
you know you are one slip of the finger away from sending a whole pic to Aunt Cheryl.
Oh.
It's a different kind of excitement. If you're a thrill
girl.
seeker, you gotta try it at least once. So anyway, I'm revealing a lot tonight. So we were texting, and then we were messaging on Snapchat.
Okay.
And then I was at the end of a show, and if you know, one thing about me is at the end of a show, it's like I just like Evel Knieveled through a series of flaming hoops. You know what I mean?
My
Like,
God, yeah.
My adrenaline is high.
My confidence is through the roof.
Yeah.
I'm like feeling myself.
You can't tell me anything.
No.
And so one of the things you can't tell me is not to send just
filth.
Yes, absolute filth.
Right.
To this person who, it was like, yeah, I mean, we were doing like some cute kind of suggestive stuff, and then this was just like...
Yeah. You
full
were
on
like...
depravity.
You were going on a power walk, and you're like, we're running a marathon.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, right now. Mm-hmm. With no prep work.
Yeah.
Just no stretching.
You couldn't even do like a pre-marathon poop. Gotta have a poop.
Yeah. Now my brain's trying to work that into the metaphor.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Yeah, anyway.
Keep going.
No. So it wasn't, yeah.
That's why you don't go to the Porta Johns before a marathon. They're full of poop.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all I'll say on the specifics of that. But I had a moment of like just clarity. I shouldn't have done that. And then I blocked him on Snapchat.
No.
Because my theory that I do not know to this day, so please, like...
Get in the chat.
please get in the chat and like let me finally put this to rest. But I believe that if you send something to somebody and they haven't opened it on Snapchat and you block them, that they can't see it.
Girl, we gotta try it.
We could test it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, why have I never applied the scientific method to my bad choices? This is actually a great idea.
I want to know.
Oh, I want to know.
Have you seen them since?
Yes.
Did they know you blocked them?
I don't know. Probably. They probably were like, we were talking on Tuesday, and now all of a sudden we're not friends on Snapchat anymore.
And they never brought it up to you?
No.
That's why I don't understand Snapchat.
No. Because two things are possible, and they're both bad. The one is that they knew and never said anything out of like courtesy to me.
Yeah.
Which is fine, except now we're both aware of this thing that happened that we'll never acknowledge.
Yeah.
And the other thing is they don't know, and so now I'm gonna have to hold on to this this deep secret.
Yeah.
This deep secret that I've revealed to all of you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
I love this journey. Well, you better stay tuned viewers watching tonight and in the future, because we will be giving an update. We are going to test the Snapchat.
She might be committing us both to things that I have not agreed to. No. I'll give you the non-specific version of the update.
Girl, I'll give you a whiskey. You tell me everything, and you'll tell them everything too. Yo.
So that's a lot of disclosure that I've done on the topic.
Oh, girl. Okay, let's talk about risky crushes. I have stories.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh my God. Okay, so again, revealing too much, which we always do in an in-person deal.
It's a recurring theme.
I chased after this horrible lesbian for years in Columbus.
Was it an unrequited thing?
Absolutely unrequited. And I was always like, oh my God. And like, I remember one time it was Halloween and we were going to meet up. And I was like, oh my God, where are you? And they told me where they were, by the way. They were at Slammers. And if you know anything about Columbus, Slammers is the only lesbian bar left.
The only one. So if you don't want to run into an ex at a bar, don't date anyone in Columbus.
Yeah. So they were like,
that's the lesson.
I'm at Slammers for Halloween. And I was like, oh my God, I'll go meet you there. I would love that. And they're like, yeah, no. And then stopped responding to my messages.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't stop talking to them.
Oh, wow.
No, because I was like, what the fuck?
Have you talked to them since?
Oh, yeah, we texted for a few more months and then they blew me off.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was amazing.
Rude.
Oh, absolutely rude. But, just incredible. I just had I don't know if that's risk. Stupidity?
I think it's risk.
I think it is risk.
Here's why I think it's risky, because sometimes we continue to talk to people that are not, like, good for our mental well-being.
Yes.
So there is a kind of special risk when you, it's like a Faustian bargain.
I love you. Keep going.
She did take AP English.
Fuck yeah, she did.
It's like a Faustian bargain where, I didn't even know, but here's the thing, it's like a Faustian bargain, like, you're dealing with the devil to get something specific. With situations, like situationships, with, there's fuckboys, but I think there's also just fuck people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, fuckheads.
Yeah, gender non-specific fuck people. Fuckheads, yes, thank you.
Fuckers.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Let's drop more F-bombs. I love it.
That's what I put up on my away message from work. So it's gender neutral.
Fuckheads?
Hey, fuckers.
Oh, wow.
No,
that's your out-of-office message?
It has to be gender neutral.
You check the box, like, send to people in my organization only. Oh, my God.
What's up, fuckwads?
Hey, fuckers, I'm out of the office. See you on Tuesday. Yeah.
Reach out to me if there's an emergency. Just kidding. We still don't cure babies of cancer. You have no reason to reach out to me.
Oh, wow.
Just always how I feel. I hate, by the way, totally unrelated. This is actually very important, and then we'll get back to Faustian bargains. I hate when people with, like, corporate fucking jobs are like, in case of an emergency, contact Cheryl on their out of office. I'm like, fuck you. You're not that important. I'm not that important.
No.
Nothing I need is that important. And by the time I talk to Cheryl and explain what's happening, you're going to be back. And then all we have to do is knowledge transfer from Cheryl back to you. And this is a hill I will die on. Unless you are a surgeon or a veterinarian.
Yeah.
Okay?
Something with actual consequences.
Right. Yeah. Right. Life or death consequences.
Right.
Do not put that on Cheryl. She has a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
You know, she's like...
I prefer if you need immediate assistance.
That's fine. Well, you have a job. You have... Yes. Because someone might need immediate assistance. Do you know what I mean? But I'm also like...
Need is subjective.
Right. Yeah.
But no. I mean, they might. I mean, it's nice to give them an alternative. So I get that. But you don't need to say emergency.
I like them to sit with not getting an alternative. I think it's good for the soul. Anyways, until I will die on, and I won't put. I'm just not doing that because I think it's so. It's also like to me very grandiose when people do it in a corporate setting because I'm like
self-aggrandizing.
It's so self-aggrandizing.
Yeah.
Thank you for finding the right word. Anyways, back to the Faustian bargain.
Back to other AP English terms from self-aggrandizing to Faustian bargain.
We both did great on our SATs.
God. And we ended up great.
We're doing fine.
We're doing fine. So. The thing about Faustian bargains is you know what you're bargaining for, typically. And when you're in this like toxic situationship that erodes your own like self-esteem, I don't actually know what I'm getting out of it.
Have you ever been in a situation like that?
Oh yeah, I'm in one right now. Remember the guy who lied to me about who he was for 5 years and now we're talking again? I don't know what I'm getting out of that.
Well,
I'm getting like fun.
yeah.
Fun. That's it. I'm getting fun. I'm getting like, hey, how's your day going? Show me like it's fun to like vent. It's kind of like free therapy.
Okay.
From someone who hurt you.
Yeah. Who's also very unwell.
Yeah, it's really, really complicated.
Well, I mean, therapists are also
if you in the chat can figure out how to like kind of neatly wrap that up into a covered dish topic, let me know, because I've got some feelings I need to process, and I'm between therapists at the moment. So that's where all of you come in. Risk.
Yeah, I think it's weird because there's such a line between friendship and a mutual use of each other's attention and time, right? And like,
yeah,
I find when I find someone where it's a mutual use of our attention and time, it's easier for me to also share selectively, and there's power in that. It doesn't mean lie, right? But it's like, hey, when they ask how my day is going, it actually makes me pause and think about it in a different way. So there's almost a learning that happens in a situationship like that, I think.
Yeah, well, and I think that's one way it is actually kind of similar to therapy in that you have a very specific set of agreements that are not the kind of depth or intimacy that you experience with close friends.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you can be a little bit more open and candid with someone that it's like, yeah, I mean, that is kind of freeing in a way.
It is. It is. And it's like, I don't know, like, hey, how's your day going? And it's like, you can kind of decide, like, hey, you know what? Like, work is a fucking beast. You know, whatever is happening in your life, my family is shit, whatever the fucking thing is, or like,
yeah,
I don't know, my dog had a double ear infection and has had it chronically for months and I'm losing my fucking mind or whatever it is.
Hypothetically.
It's all hypothetical. And you can decide with that person what you're going to reveal because they're not really in your life.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm
That's
saying?
Right. Yeah,
and
no.
I'm like, so
and
like for my close friends, when you text me how I'm doing, I'm going to tell you, and it's going to be like, oh my god, I'm so stressed about this or that. My giant diamond just got caught in my hair. My life is so hard.
My tennis bracelet broke and I lost all my diamonds.
I'm just kidding. It's insured for more than it's worth.
Oh my god. And Zale stopped taking my calls.
I went to Jared. I'm just kidding. Oh my god. Okay, so. But yeah, like you get this, there's this space for you to be someone else. And I think that is really valuable in the casualness where it's like, I can see myself as, hey, you know what? No, it's a good day. Like, you know what I mean? It gives you a chance to reframe. And I'm not saying you can't do that with the people in your life that you're vulnerable with, for the record, but they also don't serve that purpose. And you can't put that on for everybody. You can't be like, everything's great, you know what I mean? But I think you need someone to just be like, cool day, some stuff going on, and just, you know what I mean? Like, there's an opportunity to kind of like have a minute and realize you're not the center of the entire world in moments like that. And I think there's value to it.
You know what's funny is I actually tend in the opposite direction. So like, there's a lot of times where if I'm talking to a friend in a casual setting, like over text or something, I will tend more towards the like, yeah, there's this thing, but everything's fine. Like I tend towards the everything's fine, like the masking, because if I really got into it in the way that I wanted to, I need more time.
Oh no, yeah, that's exactly what we're saying.
Relational things, yeah. So I'm actually more likely with the person that is like a situationship, like the more of the unofficial therapy session. Yeah, I'm more willing to be like, actually, I'm not good.
Right.
All the like this, and this happened, and I'm like. You know, I'm on the verge of a little bit of a mentee B, but like we're figuring it out.
Mentee B.
That was one I learned on TikTok that I love.
From the 60s. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Did you learn it from TikTok you?
I did.
How was it?
Well, I learned about mentee B.
So is it like a personification of a mental breakdown?
It's just an abbreviation. It's just a fun
abbreviation.
Like,
mentee B's coming over.
Yeah, it sounds like Cardi B.
Mentee B.
Yeah. So where do we go from here?
Where do we go from here?
Risk. What do you think is an appropriate amount of risk?
Ooh, girl.
When do you think you're like risking your own well-being? What's the point of no return? Like, are we bungee jumping or
No.
Okay.
Okay.
That was a very quick response.
I won't even go snorkeling at night in the Caribbean Sea
Yeah.
to see the bioluminescent sludge.
That's fair. I respect that.
Also,
I
even
honor
if
that.
there,
I support that.
Thank you. Even if there was a shark, which statistically there would be a reef shark, just like statistically, in case you're wondering, none of the fucking drunk tourists would save you. So you know what I mean?
Oh no.
Yeah. Like the fish would be like, all those bitches smell like Parrot Bay. I'm taking you. So, I think it's a self-reflection game on risk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think you have to kind of do a lot more reflecting and a lot of self-awareness.
Yeah. And it's a case-by-case calculation.
100%.
You got to break out the abacus.
I mean, the riskiest thing you did is obviously have sex on a car. Was the sex on the roof of a car also in a graveyard?
No.
Oh, two separate instances. Okay.
No.
Where did you have sex at the graveyard?
Oh, that was up in like Lewis Center.
No, but where in the graveyard? Like, was it by the car?
I don't know, next to a tombstone.
Oh, you were
Oh,
like
in the back
waiting.
seat. In the back seat.
Oh.
I mean, we
okay.
parked
I was
next
like,
to some. Yeah, we parked next to some graves. And then we like opened up the back door.
This is why I want to be cremated.
What do you? We didn't do any like casual.
I don't need you waking my ass up.
What's that called when we didn't do any
Desecration?
Desecration, thank you. We didn't do any casual desecration. Remember Freshly Fucked Grave? The candle
I do,
you got me?
yes. Well,
yeah,
we were there
see,
last
somehow you knew. Somehow you knew I was down for a little bit of like, pantomime desecration, not real desecration.
Pantomime desecration.
Yeah, we're not doing it for real.
We're just so relatable in our content.
I know.
It's really
Don't you
difficult.
love it?
Biggest risk you've ever taken?
Like relationship or otherwise?
Anything. Biggest risk you've taken.
Biggest risk I've ever taken. Well, I did move in with a bunch of performers when I was just out of grad school.
That's a good risk, yeah.
I was living on my savings for a year, and I lived in a house that we affectionately called the Burlesque Hotel.
I do remember that.
Because it was a revolving door of performers that may or may not be able to pay rent month to month.
Mm-hmm.
And I was the responsible one. So I had the rent spreadsheet, and I literally every other month I pulled the couch out and like vacuumed the back of the couch. I was a little bit of like a Velma Dinkley.
Yeah, the house mom.
Yeah, I was the house, and I wasn't the troop mom.
No,
I wasn't the
You're
troop
trying to keep
mom.
the house
I was
together.
just the one who remembered to wash the dishes.
Yeah.
But no, that was pretty risky. Because we did almost get evicted multiple times. We were served a couple of eviction notices.
No.
Yeah, we were. And then we had to explain why that was a big deal.
Oh no.
Yeah, like people don't necessarily just realize that. You have to kind of fill them in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Different time in my life.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I enjoyed it. It was great.
It's a good risk.
It was definitely a risk. It was a risk, for sure. Yeah, I don't know if I can say anything more about that time without revealing too many specifics, but if you'd like to know more about that, you can stay tuned for my memoir, which will be published in 2072.
I love that for you and me.
I'm giving myself a long, on-ramp.
I think
for
that's
that.
nice. Yeah. Be realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Be realistic, yeah.
I don't want to stress out my publisher too much.
No, oh my god, she's always waiting. It's my dog.
It's Penny.
Penny.
Patiently waiting for me to publish a book.
You know why? She can't hear. She's stumbling for ear infection.
And she can't read.
No, she can't.
So it's actually
She's
works
like,
out really
it's all
well.
great, Eileen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, approved.
Yes. Her publishing company is bankrupt.
Yeah. What's the biggest risk you've ever taken?
Up to 4 years ago, I would have probably said moving to Columbus. I signed a lease with a concussion. That was a pretty bold choice. And up to then, but I think my biggest risk up to now would be moving to Florida. So I think my moves really feel extremely risky.
Yeah.
In so many ways of the unknown. I don't know, maybe it's still Columbus.
Really?
Yeah, I was just in I don't know, it's Florida. I was broken. I was going through a divorce. Mm-hmm. I didn't have an elbow. You know what I mean? There was a lot going on.
Yeah, there were a lot of moving parts.
There were a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
And I think, really moving to a place that, you know, is so different culturally. I think Columbus to New York, and I did a lot of traveling, so, you know, being in the opera, Columbus is such an easy city for, like, general Northeasterners. Like, that's fine. Like, we can transition really easily because Ohio is, like, the upper Midwest, right? Like, it's just a little bit whatever. So that wasn't like a cultural shock.
Yeah, strangers say hi in the street.
Yeah, it wasn't the cultural shock of South Florida. And, like...
Yeah. Oh my God, I spiral if, like, strangers don't, like, you know, because I think there's a Midwestern thing where you have those niceties for each other, and it kind of makes you feel like it's the illusion of safety in public space.
Yeah.
And when you don't have that, I'm like, oh my God, everyone's out to get me.
No, yeah.
It's
like,
wild.
it's like putting your arm around to go outside, and it's a very different thing. But
But
I love South Florida. I've fallen in love with everything about it.
Yeah.
You know, the risk paid off.
The risk paid off. That's beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And with that...
So we encourage all of you to take safe risks.
Or take a little bit of a dangerous
Or
risk.
take a walk on the wild side. We surely did. And look at us now. No, I mean, you do want to take some healthy preparations. Oh my gosh, speaking of risks, moving for me.
Oh yeah.
We talked about it a couple episodes ago.
Oh
I don't
God.
tape boxes shut.
It is. It's your biggest, it's your only flaw.
It's my Achilles heel.
It is. It's true. And your Achilles heel is full of glass that you stepped on that fell out of the box. We're at time.
We are at time.
You've all been delightful. I'll be traveling next week, so I will miss you, but we will be back on an in-person dish the following week, so...
Can you believe we're going to have another in-person dish so soon?
Stay tuned!
Oh my gosh, and until next time, you can read all about that in the Cover Dish blog. Just kidding, we don't have one of those. But I will just close by saying if there's anything you would like us to talk about, please reach out to us on Instagram. We'd love to hear from you. See you next time.
Bye!
Bye!